Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
We'll be recording an exclusive show with Newsy today. We recorded one with Bianca Brady this week. We'll be recording with Rod and Karen on Monday. Get all the behind the scenes, not available anywhere else episodes by simply being the best. Keith, how can I be the best? Well, thank you for asking. Become a Keith and the Girl VIP member at keithandthegirl.com/VIP and get literally thousands of episodes that are only available for our VIP members. That's it. How important is it? It's very important. You're a very important person. KeithandTheGirl.com/VIP. It keeps the show going, and I think you'll love the content. And thank you, everybody that's already a member. All right. Today's guest, let's get right to it. Sarah Tollemache. Sarah, good to see you again. How are you?
Yeah, always fun to be here. Thanks for having me, guys.
And Sarah has a podcast going on with her buddy, Katie Hannigan. Hello, Katie.
Hello, hello. I am delighted to see everybody. Thank you for having me.
It's nice to
Katie.
meet you. Yes.
Can I bring Katie into my childhood for just a second and
please.
probably ask you the thing that maybe a lot of people my age asked you, and then when there was a reboot, maybe they re-asked you again. Miss.
Yes.
Chemda's
Yes.
is such a good singer, and her vocal cords work so well that Zoom think it's stolen music. So when she tries to be funny and yell Mrs. Hannigan, like some movie for kids, what movie is this?
Annie.
You could see the confusion, but yes, assume it was what you saw.
I had Annie memorized as a child. And
Loved it. Hard Knock Life.
Okay,
Oh.
so you loved it even though the bad guy was essentially Mrs. Hannigan.
I felt
Or Miss
special.
Hannigan.
I
You
felt
did.
special because I
It's
was
very
like,
dark,
it's
Katie.
clearly me. I was actually in a children's performance of the musical when I must have been like 12 or 13, and I was not cast as Miss Hannigan, and I felt affronted. I was very upset.
Oh,
I was an orphan. I had no lines. So,
were you good at
rejection.
acting drunk as a kid?
yeah, I know. A Mickey. I need a little,
Yeah.
a little.
These orphans were singing about slipping a Mickey into the one human being that was keeping them alive, essentially.
She probably would have loved it. She needed some time off. I think she needed a vacation. Well, you watch that show as a kid and you're like, wow, she's really mean. And then as a woman in my 30s, I watch it. I'm like, oh God, this poor girl was exhausted. She couldn't get her damn career off the ground. She's watching out for these kids. They're naughty.
Yeah, there was like in the original one, there were hundreds of them literally doing cartwheels off the chandeliers and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, when she was like, I can't tell where Annie is, one of the 5,000 orphans that they gave me. And when I was a kid, she seemed like she was like 102. As an adult, I think I'm older than she is now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bless her heart. She needed some CBD.
Was Rooster her brother, Tim Curry?
Yes. He was her brother, but there was something weird with the
Sexual
vibe.
tension.
Yeah, there was. I think maybe he was just pretending to be her brother. You know how like you pretend with kids, you're like, that's Uncle Rick.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I think you're
Right.
being kind, and they were just showing that these two are such deviants that they would even like compete with each other's mates, for attention. Yeah, it was pretty gross in that orphanage. This horny woman surrounded by children. That was her whole thing. Can you act horny and drunk? Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that episode of Friends where the brother and sister are too close. I remember. Who was that? Somebody's dating somebody and she's like, oh no, you got to spill, and like wiping it off his crotch.
Ew. That
Friends
ooh.
throwback.
I just think sometimes I feel like Hollywood has no idea what brother and sister relationships are actually like. Like sometimes they have them sharing the same bed and bonding while watching movies. And I'm like, I've never been that close with my brothers.
Yeah, I can't imagine snuggling up. That feels awkward.
I think they like to confuse us, like act like it's a romance.
Yeah.
Boop. It's brother and sister. We got them. They just slap each other on the ass sometimes. Good morning. They've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
Perverts.
It's true. And in movies, You ever see like you notice they stand so close to each other when they're having a one-on-one scene? Like not even lovers stand that close when they're talking to each other. Just hot breath from actor to actor constantly. So when you're standing next to, I always think of the children who have to act and they have to call someone mommy and daddy, and then they have to like be physical with them as if they're mommy and daddy. And it's like, oh, we're play fighting, you're tickling me. And I'm like, ew, this is an adult.
Yeah.
Ew. And
at least you're getting money for it. Pour it out.
Or your parents are.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe your parents are Miss Hannigan. Anyway, Katie, it's good to see you.
Yes.
That was my
Tollemache TV movies. Tollemache. No, not jumping at that.
It takes a toll on my mustache. No, maybe by the end of the show.
No, that was fun. That was fun.
Thank you.
I like that.
It is funny seeing these movies as an adult and things you missed. I saw One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest again as an adult. I'm like, she's just asking you to behave. Can you not throw this entire sink across the fucking ward? Can you do that for me?
He's an antagonist. He is a criminal, and he's behaving like one.
Yeah.
There are
I don't want the cigarette butts all over the floor. Oh, that was the worst. I'm the worst.
Yeah. There are a lot of movies where I'm like, I think I used to be on the kids' side. And now I'm like, ew, am I a monster now? And I'm like, no, maybe this is like a little more normal than I realized as an adult.
Yeah, or like Home Alone, like the wet bandits. Just let them raid the house.
I mean, that was brutal.
They don't have health insurance. They need that money. The one guy's probably got a sick dog.
Even the little kid almost killed 2 adults several times.
Yeah.
Now, even songs, I mentioned not too long ago, I heard some old, I don't know if you know the hair metal band Firehouse, but they have a song, All She Wrote. Bye, bye, baby, bye, bye. She said in her letter, and that was all she wrote. This is goodbye, this is forever. And that was all she wrote. And now I hear it. And I was like, as a kid, I'm like, yeah, well, that's wrong. Now I'm an adult. And I'm like, you have no idea. That's literally all she wrote down was goodbye forever, love of my life. And you have no clue where that could be coming from.
Yeah. Look at your life. Look at your choices.
That's psychotic. You didn't see it coming. Well, that's why it's here. You didn't see it coming.
It's true. It's like on the other side, the woman's going like, what other words do you want? For years, I've been exchanging words with you, and now it's just goodbye. You're lucky I didn't ghost you. That's a new song that we can write.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She told me goodbye. She didn't ghost me. What a lovely woman.
That's why the breakup songs are the ones that hit. The podcast is called Lady Journey, and you take us on one, don't you, women?
We do. We take
every day, every goddamn day.
Every day is a lady journey. Sometimes I just went on a little lady journey. I just shaped my eyebrows. I found out how to do it from the internet. Yeah, I'm into big brows. I love them, and I was growing them out forever. But I was seeing some videos of myself. I said, this is a problem now. It's become counterculture. They were so big.
So let me ask you this, Katie. What does it mean to be woman?
Oh, no, we don't specifically cater to women, but we think our journeys, the lady journeys, this is for someone of the feminine spirit, which we all have.
Yes.
We all go on lady journeys. One day you're deeply committed to knitting an Afghan for the first time.
Yeah, I can relate.
And it's your new personality. And then the next day, you're on to homemade pizzas.
Yes. Yeah. Hi, I'm knitting now. And then they say, what happened to the Afghan? You say, don't ever ask me about that again.
Stop trying to make Afghans a thing. Okay?
Yeah.
Well,
oh God. Get to know me.
We like to joke around that we do believe even Joe Rogan goes on lady journeys without even knowing it. He's really into the sauna health self-care department.
Yes.
We believe hunting is kind of a lady journey because you're accessorizing and you are taking hikes.
And you're with your friends. You're bonding. You're bonding
you're
with your friends.
Seasoning meats.
Yes.
So,
cooking. Absolutely.
This is my friend Craig, when he talks about my army service, he calls it the singing and dancing corps. And I'm like, are you talking about the marches? yeah, you guys do your songs and like, well, chants, but that's not the.
Oh,
fucking-
absolutely. I mean, NFL, that's a lady journey. There's leggings involved.
Oh, anything where there's a matching set. I say, oh, my goodness. It's practically loungewear. At home, it's luxury loungewear.
There's
So you-
glitter.
Ah, absolutely.
Katie, you got into football because of your boyfriend. Is this correct?
Oh, yes, this is true. Although I have not watched it this year because we did not get a TV. We don't have a TV in our apartment. So I've been mercifully spared.
Now, your boyfriend is Mike Vecchio, right?
Yes.
I bring this up to say that you're both fantastic stand-up comedians. I have to assume that there's a couple bucks for a TV. Is that, am I just
Oh,
being rude,
yes.
counting other people's money?
No. Well, it's not about the money because we ordered one, it came broken, then we took it back, we got overwhelmed. Mike wanted to get the full surround sound system, and I'm a light sleeper. And then I said, we're leaving the store. And then, we never circled back to it. So.
Oh, thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing your together lady journey, because this seems to be the journey for anything I want to get done lately.
Yes.
You want to get a therapist, you just go, I'm about to take a journey to find a therapist. You want to
Yes.
get, I don't know, a new shirt. We're gonna understand we're gonna have to return some things. That's a
It's
journey.
true. You have
my
to
God.
emotionally prepare yourself
Yes.
for every process.
Yes.
Involves multiple steps. And I don't have the energy to go back down to Best Buy and talk about the sound bar. It's too complicated.
Thank you. And I know that sometimes Best Buy has all my answers. And I'm like, kidding.
And sometimes they don't. Sometimes
Yeah.
they have zero answers.
But if that's true, but if you're getting like the thing that you need right now that you can't wait for Amazon or whatever the fuck,
Oh,
and it's
that's true.
electronic,
Yes.
you're gonna be able to most likely grab it there. And I am so fucking resistant. Please, do I not have to go into a store, find an aisle, ask for help, wait in line, not wait in line, decide not to get chocolates because it's fucking bombarding me while I'm waiting. Like all these decisions. Is my bike still okay? I locked it up, but they could be grinding it right now while I'm trying to get batteries for no reason. Why isn't everything electric in a way? Like all this shit. The journey is amazing. And by the way, speaking of lady journey, the word lady, and let me ask you if you named your show partly because of this. What I noticed about men when they use the word lady, I'm like, oh, fuck, they hate this person.
Yeah.
It is
Lady.
magical. And they mean it in the best way. They actually don't know that they're going this fucking asshole. It's a mild fucking asshole. It's like this nice woman that I'm trying to respect, but oh my God, she got on my nerves as soon as I hear the word lady. Because otherwise, it used to be girl. It used to be like maybe person, but lady is when like they're probably older than you or pretending to be like very, very, sophisticated or whatever. You're supposed to be respecting them. You're supposed to. Anyway, this lady, and always whatever happens after that was you don't like her. You're trying to respect her and you're calling her lady. So my combat to that is, and what did the gentleman say? And they're like, and then men are like, why would you use the word gentleman? Like they just are like, oh, that,
Yes.
oh, you're being cute. And I'm like, I don't know. Was she a lady or a lord? Like, why are you using the word lady? That's suspect too.
Now
Yes.
it seems that the other two female forms are agreeing.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
you know what's funny? I find the term lady to actually just comical. If you add it in front of anything, it makes it funnier, maybe slightly. It seems degrading, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lady jacket.
Lady
Fun.
Ghostbusters.
Lady guitar.
Yeah.
Lady TV.
Lady astronauts.
Oh,
Ladies
here's
who
a,
lunch. Yeah.
here's a
Is
lady
that-
comment. Banana says no.
Is that a that wasn't a thing that ruined the TV, right? You guys were about to get the TV and you're like, thanks, we got the lady TV. And he's like, why would you say it's a lady TV? It's just there's holes in the back and
The lady TV is the laptop or the phone, the
Yes.
little one.
While your man watches NFL,
Yeah.
you get the little lady TV.
I listen to my books on tape and I watch football and it kind of syncs up.
do Now, Sarah's married to a comic also, Joe List. How is that going so far?
I'm
and how
so
many
sorry
years?
for both of you. Just kidding.
Well, it's interesting.
Lovely
So
people.
Sarah's been married for years now. And Katie, it seems from stand-up, we'll get to it. Katie does want to get married. Sarah, do you have to tell her, hey, calm the fuck down? Just look at what we're fighting about.
Well, you know what? It is weird when you get married, then afterwards you're just like, we're the same as we were before.
Right.
Yeah.
Didn't fix nothing.
Well, it's
Yeah,
kind of
it
like
didn't fix it. I thought it was going to fix everything.
no, that's a baby. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
that's a baby. So we're working on that as well.
Katie, do I have it right? I'm just going by your stand-up. Are you eager to get married? And Mike saying, what's the hurry?
No, I think my stand-up is actually just a little slightly satirical, making fun of some other people that I know who have recently gotten engaged and married. So it's a little bit just making fun of, kind of poking fun at the culture. And I had written some of that stuff actually years ago, and I decided to kind of dig it back up I think it's funny when girlfriends have like a passive aggressive joking about getting married in front of the boyfriend, like, well, we went to Florida, but it wasn't a ring, you know?
Yeah.
I just kind of like that personality type of like, kind of like vicious passive aggressive behavior, demanding to get married when it's like, is the relationship even okay at this point?
Right, because you're actually about to yell about why we're not married. So you're not on the same page, right? But then there's that not only ruins that side of it, it ruins the other side, because I've been in a relationship for like 3.5 years, and I sincerely turned to him and said, when do people get married? And I could see, even though like we're solid, he knows we're together, we talk about being together forever, and they're still like, oh shit, what did I do wrong? And I'm like, no, I'm like genuinely asking as another grown adult. I don't know when we're supposed to, like, are you thinking about it? Can we talk about it like it's an actual plan, not like you're trying to surprise me with some other life that you're planning? You know, I want to be a part of it. But now it scares men, I think, if we're going to be heteronormative, which is where I am right now. It scares men when you go like, should we be getting married? And even if they are not of that, you know, time or space or mindset, there still is that, unfortunately. I feel it.
Yeah, it is really interesting, because I think like socially marriage benefits men more than it benefits women, because you do kind of have more of a guaranteed if we're sticking to roles, you know, caretaking person in the home to help with managing chores. But then women are the ones who are always kind of brainwashed to think like, this is what I want. And if my friends are getting engaged, then that means that I want it too. And so I do feel a little conflicted by that, because sometimes I am like, well, I want to be the person with the big ring that's hosting it. And I want a really big one. And then other times I'm like, well, who cares? And, you know, I don't want to fall into this trap of like, oh, this is what you're supposed to do, X, Y, and Z, when, you know, my life has been pretty alternative anyway, you know, my lifestyle. So it's like, you know.
Same. But I think things like, well, this is for when we get older, and when I have to visit you in the hospital because we're going to get some whatever disease. And, you know, I don't want to say girlfriend when I'm 60 and they're not letting me in. And one of us will die, who gets whatever the fuck benefits, you know, you're making this commitment. So that part of me goes like, let's just put it down on paper so that the government and everybody knows this is what we've been planning. And then the other part of me is like, well, we're planning it already. What's the difference?
Right.
I don't know. But if we're planning it already, why aren't we married now? If we already, I don't know. And then it turns into an annoying thing. Sarah, stop pushing your lifestyle on all of us. Fuck.
There is something so romantic though about, you know, having a person that you love and that you want to be committed to, and making the commitment public and doing that in front of your friends and family. And I think that a lot of times that gets lost in like the wedding industrial complex. And when you go back to the simplicity of the beauty of it, of, you know, asking your friends and family to hold you accountable for taking care of another person and inviting them into your life, it's like, you know, really nice and special.
Well, then I think we need to change it. One more thing, Keith, if you could
Please, I'm taking it in.
Can you
The
stop your
wives are
gentleman parts,
speaking.
please?
Yeah.
I mean, my God, there's so much gentlemanness all over. So
I'd rather hear from three better halves, to be honest. Please continue. We all mean it. We just didn't pay you anything or let us come to all the parties. But anyway, these are the better halves. Please continue.
Shit, Keith started talking, and now I lost my train of thought.
Perfect.
Thanks, man.
Well, that's what you got to do. Katie's going to say, what if we did get married? And Mike just kisses her on the forehead and the wedding industrial complex. And nobody can trick you, baby. And I'm so proud of you. Mwah. All right. I'm going to go watch Not TV now. Where was it fairly recently? Kyle was there. Mike was performing overseas. Where was this at? It was for the troops. You know, they needed it. Where was comedy, Katie?
It was in well, I actually was not performing in this trip, but I tagged along for the end of it when we were in Rome.
In Rome.
Yeah.
That'd be a place for a ring, not for nothing,
it
right?
was fun. It was fun. Well, Mike told me before the trip that he had no plans to propose because he overheard me joking about it to someone on the phone. I was performing at a bridal shower, and I was joking to the mother who had booked me. I said, well, you never know, I might get a ring. You know, I'm just like doing my comedy horse shit, trying to keep, you know, I'm gonna be great, you know, I'm worth the money. And your daughter's gonna love this, even though I think it's a terrible idea to have a comedian at a bridal shower, a noon luncheon. And I'm like, who here's taking Plan B?
You guys all agreed on this outfit, okay?
Yeah.
But anyway, Kyle was telling me that Mike could not stop talking about how much he missed you when he was in these countries without you.
Oh, yes. I know it is hard traveling. We were apart often, so it can get a little hard, but it's nice. I do think it's kind of nice to have, like, we were just gone. We didn't see each other for 2 weeks, and you come back and you have like a nice reunion, and oh, I missed you. I love you. You know, it's great.
What
get that time
a
alone.
genius plan. I didn't think Mike was this smart.
Yeah.
What a genius. He goes somewhere else with another comic who is dating a comic that knows. So by the time you get the information, he's been spreading love. Like, oh, well, that's so smart. Go hang out with people who know a person who knows a person who knows your mate, and only talk about your mate. That fucking kind of thing just travels so
Love
well.
telephone. Love telephone.
Love telephone. Get on it.
Yeah.
Bring it up. Yes.
Yeah. Like,
Hey,
I think
Siri.
Mike said he licks you. He licks you a lot. He mushes you.
They both seem like quiet people, Sarah. How would you compare the romantic side of your husband and her boyfriend?
I think Joe can be quite romantic. He always, you know, gets me little things or thinks about me. Like if he's on the road, he'll buy me a t-shirt from a record shop. That's our thing that we like doing.
Did he make it be the thing? Is it like I know people with kids, and then they go, oh, look, my 2-year-old wearing an AC/DC shirt. I'm like, what a coincidence. You love him too. Did he make you love that ritual, or is that your thing also?
No, I like t-shirts, but I have to say it's coming to a point where I'm like, it's too many. It has to stop because I just don't have any room for it. So I don't mind that, but we like going to movies, and we like doing things together, and we like traveling. So that's the part that I think matters more than like the bigger gestures.
Like saying, hi, I like you. Yeah.
Yeah. Enjoying one's company.
Quality time. That's a
quality time. It's a love language. Yes.
If Valentine's Day could be one day, why isn't it every day? And if it's every day, what's the fucking point? I hear you. Katie, is Mike able to keep up romance-wise that way? Because it sounds
he's very romantic. He's Italian, so when he is here,
passion, right? When he's here.
We love to take trips also, but Mike and I love going to restaurants together. That's our special thing that we love to do. We're not too big of movie people, but you know, when we like to go on trips, we always pick somewhere special. We have our little special places we go in the neighborhood. So that's kind of our little activity that we do to keep it nice and hot.
I do have to see if everything's kosher over here. How much older is Mike than you, Katie?
He's 14 years older than me.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
I know. I think when I told my parents, my dad was like, That sounds way too old. But then you meet Mike and he's just so immature, you know. So seems like a much
He's a young
younger
soul.
man. Yes,
No,
he is.
he's a comic 14 years older.
Yes,
So
yes.
yeah.
I know. In New York, we are all very immature. I feel like you just age so much slower here in terms of like Indiana, where I'm from.
Mm.
Yeah, we'd be grandmothers already.
Yes, we would. We
Right.
would.
In your stand-up, Katie talks about in quarantine she found out that figured this out based on the age 14 that he used to teach high school, right? Or he used to teach eighth grade.
Yes. Isn't that funny? He taught it literally the same year that I was in it. We were like doing weird math because he was teaching pretty young. I mean, I think he was only like 26 or 27, but he will talk about his former students, and in my mind I'm thinking of like, oh, like an 18-year-old kid, you know, like
Right.
just graduated, and it's like, oh, it's a guy who's 40, you know.
Well, you mentioned, and I feel like I've heard him say this. It's true that when it's cold outside, he wears a full-blown ski mask.
Oh yes, that's my joke. He did not wear it that much last year, but it was really actually funny. It was before he was wearing it before COVID. So it is kind of a hilarious. It's just a piece that goes over the mouth, but it wasn't a full ski mask. I
was picturing the ones with eye hole cutouts.
Yeah.
I did. That's a little artistic license on my part for the joke, but I remember the first time I saw it, it was like, it looked like Shredder, you know, just hello, you know.
You're like, it is you. So the Lady Journey podcast, it's about self-improvement, and who doesn't need that, right? Go ahead, name a list. Who do you know doesn't need that?
I mean,
Oprah.
Oprah, she is there. Power.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Our idols.
It's not really about
if I can buy their
self-improvement.
vagina scent, they're set, right?
Yes. Katie and I are working on ours right now.
Yes, it is. They have it at TJ Maxx. It's a macaroni and cheese handle that we saw there. And I said, I think this is it. This is my scent.
Oh, you're a Maxinista? That's cool.
Oh,
Or at least your
yes.
vagina is.
Oh,
That's
yes. Oh, she loves it. She loves it.
Do you women name your vaginas?
No.
No.
I
No.
don't have anything to do
Do
with
you
her
women,
whatsoever.
Keith?
I name women's vaginas. I was curious if you women do it.
Yeah.
Like former first ladies or something.
Something.
Oh,
Just
that's
curious.
fun.
Okay.
Or name it as a liability on my taxes because I have to spend so much money on it. Well, Carol needed a lot of work this year.
Blaine Roden, I almost just married someone I knew for 4 days on a bender in Vegas. I probably need to fix my view of marriage. I don't know.
That sounds fun.
You might
Yeah,
have the
why
same
not?
chance as so many people.
You also probably aren't married. You can take it any way you want to go. You know, doing that Universal Life Church is more binding, I believe. And Katie, I believe, is a member of this, right?
Oh yes, I am.
We can marry people.
I can do it. I use it to threaten my boyfriend mostly. That's what I use my skills for.
I'm going to marry you in your sleep to me.
Yeah.
It's bonding.
Watch out.
I printed a certificate from the interweb.
Yeah, I walk by strangers, like any couple. I go, boom. I couldn't tell if you're brother and sister. The movie just started.
Yeah.
But anyway, boom.
Yeah.
You're married.
I love that. You are a reckless minister.
We prefer wreckful. Thank you.
Now, Keith, have you heard this is true? Because I've not looked into this in any way, but I did hear that once you get the Universal Life Church ministry packet, there's a parking pass in it. And as a minister, you can park in front of any church in New York City.
And you didn't look into it.
I don't have a car.
And I don't go to church.
I would go
But
there.
they're nearby. They're like
Yeah.
liquor stores. They're
Yeah,
everywhere.
they're everywhere.
I kept all my paperwork, and I definitely bought whatever basic bullshit package they sell because I'm like, you got to pay for something for this to be legal and spiritual.
Yeah.
You know,
You know
I need
how
the regular
Jesus would want
paperwork.
it.
Yes. I'll take a look. Oh, okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All the churches like, God damn, it's another Universal Life Church
Yeah.
member.
Between that and your veterans card, my goodness.
Life
you're
is
set.
is free almost.
Yeah.
You know, it's who here loves these true crime murder mysteries?
Oh,
I do. I've been
Love it.
binging on a lot lately.
See,
I
and
started
that's how
watching I'm a Murderer or something. And as I go to hit play, I'm like, why, Chemda? Why? You're on a
That one is
streaming
tough.
service.
That I know that one is on Netflix, right? I know the one that that's one that I cannot get through it. And if it's too gory, like I need intrigue, I need character development, I need a plot, I need a wacky
I need a
ant.
twist too.
Yes.
I need a why. I need your psychology on the table.
Yeah. I can't have that's another one, like worst roommate ever. It's like, and then my roommate stabbed me. It's like,
Right.
okay.
There's another one I almost clicked on. I am a what do you call the person who like follows someone?
stalker.
I'm a stalker, and I'm like, ooh, a stalker's mind. I want to know. And then I'm like, yeah. So I could just think I'm being stalked now. That's a great
I know.
idea.
I know.
There was one time I live in a very small building, so we know our neighbors. There's only like 2 of them. So one time, and I don't know if I just got too high or what, but I went for a short walk outside, and then I felt like this guy's following me. Now, before, there's been guys who just like kind of follow you. You turn around, you go, what the fuck? And then they go, yeah, I'm sorry. He just felt like he was following me. I walked across the street in ways that you shouldn't, like you didn't get the same kind of confused as me. And now I went into, I'm going into the house, and now I think someone's in there because he went in there before me because he's been watching me for a while. So I actually knocked on my neighbor's door and was like, can you just go into my apartment with me and just see that no one's there? And she walked with me, and the look on her face was like, is my neighbor crazy or
Is she a woman? It's me. Every time I'm in an Airbnb, I'm like, there's a man in the cupboard. I've seen Parasite, and I won't rest.
When I live alone, and now we wash our hands as soon as we come in, a little more like a regular. So, but I used to go in, always think someone's like waiting for me and is going to jump out, which is like, how long can you wait for someone? And why do they want to jump out at me? But I always move the shower curtain.
Same.
Really? And
Yeah.
right before, I'm like, okay, because what's going to happen if there is someone there? I go,
Yeah.
all right, I knew it. Okay.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get the
Yeah.
fuck out of
I
here.
I don't
found
even, I
you.
punch it. I punch right into the curtain. I don't give him any warning. I just karate chop it.
I know, I'm not even there with a knife, like just in case. It's like, well, it could happen.
Yeah.
You do it too, Sarah?
Yes, I do. And then Katie and I were talking about this the other day. I thought somebody had entered my apartment a while ago. And then I remember I was like, I was going to go get out of bed and look. And then I was like, why should I have to go to them? Like, they should come to me.
Right.
Like, why
My
should
house.
I go to my own murder? Like, you have to do the work.
I don't RSVP for this. You RSVP.
Yeah, you're coming to me if you're murdering me.
Better have a bottle of wine or something.
Yeah.
And joke's on you,
Eventually-
I'm always stubbing my toe on the coffee table. So good
Yeah.
luck getting over here. Sorry, I didn't clean.
Oh yeah. Eventually you get exhausted of being frightened all the time.
Yeah.
It's true.
Let it happen.
I've also been in bed like, I think there's someone in here, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get out of bed. Might as
You
well
need your
pack
rest.
bed. Yes.
Well, I wanted to teach a self-defense class, and all it is just accept your death. Just be like, just be fine with it. And now you can live as freely as you want.
And they'll have that memory and they'll be bummed out. Like, oh my God, that was too easy. Oh, they
Yeah.
gave me the game, So they're stuck with that forever.
That's really what the
Exactly.
lady journey is about. Like,
Yeah.
just
You're
accept
free.
death. Just do
Ah.
it for you.
Walk
Again,
into it like
very
bison into a
Buddhist.
storm.
Yeah.
It's more a 6-foot vertical journey, but it's a journey nonetheless.
Yeah.
That's how sick this world is. We're watching these murder series to relax.
I listened to a really interesting one that was absolutely brutal. And I do it too. I'm like making bread. I'm like, I better put on my child murder podcast so I don't get bored while I'm cooking for myself. But it was called Le Monstre, and it was a serial murderer in Belgium. But the story was very well told. It was like different parts and interesting. And
Hello, I'm the bad guy.
yeah, it was
You
like
know
that.
You know what's funny about a murder being very well told? It was just very well done. You had a
Yes.
very interesting murder, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing your story. Holy shit.
Creative guy.
This is not a regular murder. This needs a series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think murdering was his minor because this is some good
Yeah.
storytelling.
Oh, somebody went to grad school.
I was talking the other day about I had some pain in my side. I went to the emergency room. They did all the tests up to a CAT scan. Couldn't find anything. Long story short, everybody in the audience is sending me what their diagnosis is. And it could be anything from sciatica to a miscarriage. Again, this is like the side of my belly. It's whatever the listener had happened to them. Did they go to the dentist and get gum disease that affected their side? Then then I must have been at the dentist and didn't mention it. So anyway, somebody tells me what does seem believable, that although it is debilitating, or was, it's simply I pulled a muscle. And so I started moving extra fast, even though it hurt extra hard, and it started feeling so much better. Somehow one of these diagnoses from a listener was that I had some kind of disease that I can't shit right, and the shit's trying to come out my side. And I said, oh, I guess that happened to you. And they said, yeah, surprise, it did. I'm like, well, what a fucking surprise. I'll look into if I'm holding shit out my side. Okay. Well, I have a letter from somebody. She's not saying it's the same thing, but she's somebody who shits out the side of her body.
Hey.
And she sent some pictures, and she's very cute. So I think she's just showing that people can shit out their side and still do things. You know, she has here's like a
colostomy bag.
It's like a colostomy bag on the side. Wedding dress covers it, but she's showing also just her in a regular shirt that's tied on the side. It's pretty much covered, not a big deal. So what's it like to shit out your side? Hi, Hannigan, Keith.
Hello, and this is the shit out of your side lady journey. Here we go.
I am 27 with 32 eye cups. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. When does it start getting ridiculous?
C, D, E, F, G, H, I. That's 9.
If you get to 2 more, it'd be at elemental P.
Wow.
I give a full leostomy bag of shit about this email. I like to know people care. This one's literal. I was absolutely terrified when y'all started talking about ostomies, but was pleasantly surprised that there wasn't more negative. I heard you, Keith, you think it's gross to shit out your side. No, I think it's amazing.
Wait, what's this person's name?
This is Barbi with an I.
Barbi, just so you know, I think it's gross to shit out your back. It's gross to shit out your front. Like,
it's gross.
It's
honestly,
gross to shit out your butthole too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The whole thing is gross.
my girlfriend saw I left shit in my toilet. I'm like, I'd rather you caught me cheating on you. Jesus Christ, how do we get through this? You know,
That's an embarrassing one. That is.
Yeah, I don't like.
I said it's someone else's. I'm holding it for a friend. You know?
It's that stalker. He has been in the bathroom.
Oh no, get the neighbor.
That one came out of the side, so it doesn't count. It's not gross. It can't be gross. It's a disease.
I wanted to write and say that it isn't that bad. Okay. All right. To answer some of the questions, did I?
Oh wait, you know why it's not that bad? I already know one reason why it's not that bad. Like, you have to like reach pretty far. You gotta stretch before you wipe.
It was hard to wipe when I hurt my side. Yeah.
Right?
It could have been more convenient.
Yeah, I imagine it's only going to get harder and harder to reach there.
Yeah.
So here it is on your side. I can reach that.
I'd have it on my throat if I could. I wanted to write and say it isn't that bad. I have had my ostomy since I was 23, 27 now, and it is amazing. The best thing to happen to me.
Wow.
Well, I guess versus shitting inside, yeah, it's the best thing, but...
Well, she did get married.
And sitting at the side is the best thing that ever happened. I love it. It's a hoot at parties. Oh, and my husband. I have a severe case of Crohn's disease that caused me to have my colon removed. Well, I didn't think you did it for fun. And then later, my anus. Oh, see.
Wait, your anus is removed? He can't even ask for butt
Or
stuff.
sealed.
Nice job.
How do you remove an anus?
And you have to mention that in case you have to mention that right away, right? Or I'm like, we're trying to do some wild sex and I really can't find your butthole. And I'm like, is it me? Where the fuck is the asshole?
You're getting warmer.
Let's see. Crohn's disease, later my anus. It was an adjustment at first. I'd say so. I totally watched myself poop whenever I had the moment, but that passed pretty quickly. No pun.
Yes, pun.
I'm not always pooping, but it is pretty constant. During the wedding ceremony, I leaned forward and whispered to my partner, I am pooping right now. Turns out there was a hot mic, and that'll forever be on video.
That's awesome.
It doesn't come out as French fries, but more like peanut butter soft serve or sometimes full liquid. I never owned a squatty potty. Well, there's your squatty potty commercial. Okay, everybody get one. I mean, you'll probably love shitting out your side. She loves it. Best thing that ever happened to her. But try a squatty potty if you can. But I probably would have given it to someone who still has an asshole. She would have given it away.
Generous. Thank you.
It doesn't smell unless there are leaks. I'd always want to be like, is that my armpit? But as time went by, that was fewer the times that so it leaked a bunch of times. I guess it would, but I would like to think that I don't know. It's made out of submarine material or something.
Well, we've all had a little leak. Okay?
Sure.
We've all
Right.
sharded. It's not like it doesn't happen to us.
We've all thrown out underwear for one reason or another.
Yes, we've all been to Lenny's Clam Bar in Brooklyn.
Sarah has the T-shirt.
I do.
Please, let's see. Please ask me all the stupid questions about it. There is so much misinformation about having an ostomy that most people wind up feeling shame. What's the misinformation, though? I know where the shit
It's
comes out.
fun. I think we're getting misinformation from her that it's a good time.
My goal in life is to fix that, fix the stigma. Penda, if you ever want to do a What's My Name episode about it, speaking of VIP, I'd be happy to join in.
Sure. I'm trying to think of the next question, to be completely honest, because
seems you're fine.
yeah, well, I mean, it seems like that is everything. I shit out of the side. I guess my thoughts come to showers. You know, you got like a changing of the bag. Do you have, you know what? I do have a lot of questions. My name is Chemda.
I wanted to mention, let's see, my goal in life is to fix that. I also wanted to mention that my family also has a tradition of honey and garlic in the new year. Now, I guarantee there's no way this is my tradition. So my dad, this is me talking, not Barbi, Keith with an I. My dad would, to every new year, he used to be a priest, and he loves ceremony, and he loves us, you know, he tries to find different ways for us to kiss the ring. And this one was garlic and
genuinely, he just loves being the leader of anything.
Yes.
And God is the only thing that he's able to say for sure gave him that ability. And since God is invisible and only speaks to him, you have to like trust that he's the leader. Yeah, it's weird.
So in this thing, to celebrate each new year, he took honey and he dramatically put it on our forehead in the shape of a cross, like you get the ashes. But he's doing honey. He can't do ashes anymore. He's not a priest, but he can, and no laws on honey. So he does honey very slowly. Then he minces garlic, lazy with a press, maybe even a knife. And so it's that watery goop from garlic. He puts that on his thumb and then puts it in our mouth, and we have to suck the garlic off of his thumb. The honey, of course, being the sweet of life, and the garlic on my dad's thumb being exactly that. And so
can we just pause, because I believe that the lady journey here is they're trying to hold their face. You can make all the faces. This is fucking bananas. When I heard this, I'm like, okay, you know, you're not saying normal, regular things. You just said I had to suck off my dad's thumb. Those were the words. We're going to have to understand that this is yet another thing from your childhood that's fucking weird. And you're just saying it normal. So ladies, feel free to treat him like the gentleman that you're feeling.
I think I might try this for Christmas too.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I like it when
like a
trauma
sex thing.
Yeah. I like it when a trauma surfaces casually, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like wearing a Catholic school girl uniform, but now like it's BDSM or something.
Yeah.
if this garlic and honey started a movie, you'd be like, what the? Oh, you got me. That's father and son. You tricked me. All right. I didn't know. And my one brother's like, you exaggerate about that. We didn't suck his thumb off. And I'm like, all right, then say what he did. Put the thumb in our mouth, and we would scrape it off with our bottom teeth. Well, yeah, it didn't. That's so disgusting as is. But it wouldn't have started that way. He didn't go, just use your teeth. Don't be a fucking weirdo with my thumb. We would have realized, hey, how to get less surface space as time went by. That's the way it would have happened.
When you when things are coming into your mouth and you're using your teeth, it's because you don't want them in your mouth. That's why you get a teethy blowjob. We don't want to suck. You see what I'm saying here?
Yeah.
Xerxes is asking, does the finger come out of a hole in the wall? Is that?
I know it's my dad's thumb, you son of a.
What were
So
you saying, Katie? Sorry.
Oh, I forget.
Oh,
I
excellent.
forget.
Yes, I should
Now-
have done that.
Would your dad be upset if you were like, oh, I also just talked to God and he said that I didn't have to do this?
oh shit, this just in. He's saying, I'm surprised too. Go fuck yourself. I'm 18. So now I'm curious. I'm like, all right, let's hear about this honey and garlic thing, because I guarantee you won't find it online anywhere. And online has everything. You want to start a rumor, you Google, how about this for a rumor? And then it comes back, that is now a rumor. But you can't even find sucking off your dad's garlic thumb as a tradition anywhere on the internet.
I don't
That
even
means
want
it
to.
was
I don't want
wrong.
to Google sucking off my dad's garlic thumb. I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't even want that in my incognito.
Yeah, it sounds like a category.
Yeah, it sounds like a porn or something.
So Barbie writes, we didn't suck off our father's thumb. Well, that's the difference then. We didn't do that, but we buy honey sometimes. We didn't suck off our father's thumb, but we were fed a spoonful of garlic and honey mixture from one of our parents. Weird memory to have come back. Well, not really, because I reminded you when my dad made me suck him off, and then you remember honey and garlic.
But by the way, I in my adult life made a decision to eat honey and garlic in the morning for about a week because I was having such bad stomach cramps that I had to go to the doctor. They couldn't figure out what it was. It was like my stomach was trying to eat itself. And I tried,
Oh.
you put raw garlic in the most raw version of honey. You have it first thing. My stomach, I want to say less than a day, everything changed with that.
I've done it as a cold remedy with lemon and hot water.
It's
My dad's just
bananas.
into homeopathy and nothing
Yeah.
perverted or sick or odd that
Or
you
Catholic.
that I noticed you didn't do around any neighbors or any friends ever. It was always private with the family, so that I would think, yeah, it's crazy, but other families must have crazy shit. So when how would I even explain this? So I didn't. And now as a grown adult, Kinda goes, wait, repeat that? And I'm like, oh yeah.
Let me tell you something just super quick, because I love telling people who aren't like completely aware of Keith's dad other weird shit. One of the punishments that they had was they had to dig holes that were a certain size in their backyard, like 3x3 or 6x6. They didn't get any measuring tools. Dad came out after he dug it and measured it, and they were always wrong. They had to keep measuring it. They're not allowed to laugh at the table. If you're going to laugh, go outside. You're not allowed to mock the cat in the cat's presence. You're not allowed to lay down on the couch while you're watching TV. Sit up like a gentleman.
Why would you? No, you not only had to sit up when you're watching TV, you had to really look like you're engaged at the TV. If we had phones back then, there's no way you can do both. That doesn't mean you're
Wow.
really enjoying the TV. Don't watch like you don't know what you're watching. Don't walk around like you don't know what you're doing. Then you'd be given a chore. So you're watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You better be ready for a test after that.
You know what it sounds like? I feel like your dad went on a lady journey, but it went to the dark side,
Mhm.
which can happen.
Oh, we've
Yeah,
spiraled.
I'm on my period right now. It could
Yes.
happen
Mhm.
anytime.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's always around the corner.
Barbie finishes with, I've been listening to you for over 13 years now. I want you to know you practically raised me from a stupid teenager that shat normal to a mostly functioning adult. I added that part, but you get it. I'm so appreciative. My last email to you was nearly 10 years ago when I got the first and only Keith and the Girl tattoo, or her first and only tattoo, which was a Keith and the Girl tattoo. You can see it keithandthegirl.com/tattoos. Barbie, this is fantastic news that something so lucky came into your life as shitting from your side. And I can only imagine the joy. If I understand even 10% how much fun that is, then you have a pretty good fucking life. And that's
Barbie, I
a
don't-
sweet letter.
I don't want to take away your joy, but if you noticed when you were being fed raw garlic and honey, you weren't shitting out the side. So maybe bring back some.
So my dad is so uncreative. Like we realize all these things that he, like a big saying of his was, what is it? Your feeble mind can't even begin to comprehend. Then somebody's found some old black and white movie where the mad scientist screams that to people that don't understand his evil vision. He's so lazy. He makes up these weird things. So he wants us to suck his thumb. I don't know what could I come up with? Oh, there's some kind of tradition with honey and garlic. Done. The garlic will be on my thumb.
Yeah.
He can't, nothing's original but he just twisted into evil.
Didn't even make up, your feeble mind couldn't even begin to comprehend.
Yes, correct.
He didn't make up his tagline.
That's his tagline.
His superhero saying.
Yeah.
He didn't make up the smartest sentence he ever uttered in your whole life. And then he repeated that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's kind of like his other thing was that he would remind us that we're not friends. Like if anybody asked.
What movie is that from?
So you know that's from
Friends
the movie.
don't suck each other's thumbs.
Yeah.
Right. I'm your father, and I never had a manicure in my life.
I will say, dads love movie quotes, though. My dad
They
loved
do.
to. He would throw out some fun ones.
Well, my dad would say, so I know he saw movies where like probably a Western. And it's like, I'm your father. Now tend to the sheep. I'm not your friend. And meanwhile, in the movie, they would have the best relationship, but they had to throw out this fucking word of wisdom from the Bible or something. That's what my dad would have taken. But instead he perverted it. And every morning we wake up and he's like, I'm not your friend still. I'm like, okay, then just go get some breakfast. Yeah, everything's stolen and then bastardized.
That's weird because when he put you to sleep, he's like, shh, you can't even handle the truth. Read me a fairy tale. I call the code red.
Kenda, I know I have the news here of the new person that was ousted on Dancing with the Stars, a show that Kenda and I do not watch, but we did happen to see when it came out who was in it. And that was fun to go over and guess who won. So now every Tuesday or Wednesday, I check the news and see who got kicked off. We both believe Jordin Sparks, who did a Broadway version of In the Heights, that would win. That sounds like dancing to me. I saw the documentary movie. They dance up the sides of walls. I mean, this is some good dancing. I don't think Vinny from Jersey Shore can do that. Well, anyway, we both think she'll win, so we didn't pick her. But Kenda did pick Selma Blair, who's left because she goes, oh, I realized MS is a thing. And for my health, I can't do it anymore. So Kenda lost $10 to that choice.
But it's just weird. The way she kissed what's-her-face in that movie, I thought she could dance.
The saliva was almost like a dance, right?
It's very confusing.
Like tongue jousting, as I hear.
Yeah, this is why I don't watch TV in real time.
And she picked Gabby somebody. She heard that it was a cheerleader in the NFL, and she goes, "That's dancing too, I guess."
Well, cheerleaders, they're very precise, right? They're not as fluid as other dancers, but maybe just go like change the fluid move into precise moves, and somehow, I don't know, flip her up in the air. Everyone will say ooh, and she might win.
They do YMCA and stuff. I picked Wayne Brady because what can he do?
Yeah. And he's got movement when he does the Carlton. Doesn't he try to do the Carlton every now and then?
Then he could, because you're not telling me Wayne Brady can't do the fucking Carlton. And I picked
Does he think that's
Shangela.
ironic?
What's that?
Does he think that's ironic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I picked Shangela, then that's just for points with the audience. So we're going to see what happened. But here's who got kicked off now, Kenda. Jordin Sparks.
How?
This is anything go. Vinny is beating Jordin Sparks.
Wow.
That's fucking,
Vinny.
you know this is stupid then. This is because I don't think dancers should be on this, because that is your career. Dancing with people who are like refrigerator repairmen might be more like,
Right.
oh, what? You're still in this? But that's now it's like the opposite for her. She just lost to someone who, where she's an actual dancer.
Yeah.
She studied this.
That's any given Monday.
I don't go up against lawyers and start arguing really well and go like, your degree is mine now.
You had an off day today. I now serve the state of New York.
You a little tired today? I won. Anna is shook in the chat. Yeah, I agree, Anna. Thank you.
I hope Vinny wins. I love him. I took an improv class with him post Jersey Shore.
Oh, Vinny from the Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
And now we will take this lady journey. Please.
Oh,
Katie,
yes.
the floor is yours. Highlights.
He was quite good at improv. I think I can't remember what year this was. It must have been like, oh my gosh, it must have been like 2012 12 or 13. It was a pretty long time ago, but he was so cute and he was so nice. He was very nice to everyone.
Sounds like a great
really-
teacher. Cute and nice.
Oh my God. I didn't
Learned
see
a
him
lot.
dance. I didn't see him dance, but I know I fell in love with him. I said, I'll come out to Staten Island. I don't have a problem with it.
Shh, you went to Staten Island for this?
No, he was not interested in me.
But
I threw myself at him and I got nothing. So
Did you try? Did you try to hit on him?
no, I was very shy, but he I think he was also trying to do stand-up at the time. So we saw each other around a little bit. So he we would chat a little bit about stand-up and but yeah, no, I'm too shy of a dater to ever do anything like that. But also I do not think I am his type. I don't think he goes for mousy smart girls.
Is it offensive when a Vinny comes into a club and probably gets to bump your spot as if he's some big celebrity? Is that frustrating?
At the time, I remember when I first moved to New York in 2008, I watched the Jersey Shore like it was my community. I felt like these people are my friends. I know them. I was alone. I had no one. And then I remember when I saw him, I did not care that I was getting bumped. I thought, oh my God, it is exciting. My cousin is here. You know, here we are. It's just like the old times.
they're right, and they're doing all the good things. Thank you.
Yes. And he
Yeah.
was one of the fun people on the show. He wasn't like the situation who was so off-putting, or Ronnie.
Yeah,
Ronnie I didn't like.
but they all seemed one step away from a rape, right? But Vinny was quiet and meek, and you trusted him,
He was the sweetheart of the group.
right?
One step away from a rape. Did you hear all our vaginas go?
Yeah, I saw the show. Yeah, please. You know, that was like it's controlled chaos. You know that the showrunners have tasers, but they deliberately gave him too much booze. That wasn't an
It
accident.
wasn't just gym tan laundry.
Right.
It was more.
And you had to find out what more was. That's awesome.
All right, here's what you want to do. You want to download the podcast Lady Journey. Do it now, as a matter of fact. Go ahead.
Please.
We'll wait.
Yes. Subscribe.
And we have a YouTube as well. So we have all of our videos up there and we have clips. We have lots of fun stuff.
Nice. I like that accent. What was that just now?
Ooh, it's a lady accent.
Okay. Katie Hannigan, you can follow online under the name. Same thing. Well, Sarah's S. Tollemache,
Yes.
which is good because Sarah's the hard part to pronounce. So good.
I know.
like that.
Well, everyone's name is Sarah.
Right.
So I went with the last name.
All right, good. Great to see you again, Sarah. Katie, nice meeting you. Thank you very much for your time, both of
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Always.
you.
Thanks, guys.